Fall is my favorite season, but nothing compares to my love of Halloween. I've had it forever, childhood to now, and I don't think it'll ever go away. And every summer, about this time, I start getting those feelings of anticipated excitement because I know that Halloween is coming, and I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of, I'm gonna try, it's gonna probably sound a little weird, but it's like, when you start thinking about it, it's sort of like this tight ball of excitement right in the pit of your stomach, and then the more you think about it, it kind of slowly spreads into this all over happy feeling, and I get that every single time, every time. So I'm really happy that I'm going to be participating in Summerween this year. There are 5 prompts. 3 of them are book specific, and I was able to cover all 3 of those book specific prompts in a single book, which is why I'm actually able to participate in a week-long readathon. You know, I don't typically read more than 1 book in a week, so anytime it can be a 1 book, 1 week readathon, those are the ones for me. And for my pick, it's going to be Hemlock Grove by McGreevy. I really, really, really loved the Netflix series of this book. I watched it, it's probably been a good 4, maybe even 5 years ago now. And so I feel like, so while I remember the major overall plot, I think it's been long enough that I don't really remember a whole lot of the details. So reading the book will kind of be a first time reading experience. So I'm hoping that it holds up to how much I really loved the series. It's got everything really. It has a new twist on all your classic monsters like a werewolf and vampires and other creatures, tied in with a murder mystery, and I'm hoping that it holds up and that I love it as much as I did the show. I'm about 150 pages in, so about halfway through the book, and I do like it, but I find that the writing is kind of hard to understand. Like, it gets very confusing the way that it's written, and I wasn't really sure if it was just something that I was having a problem with. Like, maybe I just didn't get it, but there are some things on Goodreads that kind of mention the same thing as well, so I don't think it's just me. But I can't really talk too much because I think that this book is better going into it when you don't really have much to go on, just kind of go into it not knowing what to expect. It is, like I said, a murder mystery. Our 2 main characters, Peter, who's the werewolf, and Roman, who is an oupir or a vampire, and they have teamed up to try and solve the murders that have been happening to the young girls in their town. But other than that, there's a whole lot of other little pieces from some of the more secondary characters that will eventually kind of all come together, but right now we're still learning bits and pieces about the puzzle. We haven't yet started to have it all come together, but if the writing was a little better, I think I'd be going a lot faster. I kind of have to every single time that I pick up the book, I have to like get used to it again. It's not, I don't know, it's just you have to get into a pattern of it, and it's not something that just stays with me. It's something that I have to redo every time I pick the book up and start writing again, or reading again, not writing, reading. So, other than that, I am enjoying it. I'm definitely not liking it as much as the show, although that might change depending on how it all comes together, and because I'm sure it's not exactly like the show, which is expected, but I don't know. We'll see. Alright, so I've just finished Hemlock Grove. I'm not so sure I can tell you my final thoughts on it just yet. I might need to sit with it for a minute.